A little while back, Honor came out with the Honor Play at 20,000 rupees, wowing every one of us. A flagship grade chip at 20,000 was like turning the clock right back to the OnePlus One Me 3 times, right? It was awesome. And now, Xiaomi has literally shocked the world, throwing a Snapdragon 845 into their sub-brand Poco's first phone, the POCO F1. So this kind of seems to be the best time to be a smartphone buyer in the 20K segment, right? Two very strong offerings from two highly competitive brands. So what are the differences between these two phones? What is the better pick? Well, let's find out in today's video. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech. A card to our monthly giveaway link can also be found in the description below. And also down there is the bell icon. Click on it. Make sure you don't miss out on any of our content. Let's now get started. For a paperless and easy way to apply for a credit card, check out our sponsors Bank Bazaar, links in the description below. So let's start with the build and design. Well, the POCO F1 is built out of polycarbonate, or rather plastic, fancy way of saying plastic. The Honor Play is built out of metal. Metal sits higher on the rung or pecking order than plastic. So, Honor gets a teeny tiny advantage there. The Honor Play also happens to be slimmer, 7.5 millimeters compared to 8.8 for the POCO F1, and it's even a little lighter despite using metal and a larger display. So overall, Honor opens with a win thanks to the slimmer and narrower metal build. So build and design, I prefer the Honor Play. Now the Honor Play does sport the larger panel, yes, a 6.3-inch IPS LCD, but there's a reason it's narrower. It's because it has got a 19.5:9 aspect ratio. The POCO F1 on the other hand has an 18.7:9 panel. It also happens to be IPS LCD, albeit slightly smaller at 6.18 inches. Quality wise, both of them are very similar. Full HD plus resolution, punchy colors, excellent viewing angles. The POCO F1 does have one advantage in the form of Gorilla Glass protection for the display. So as far as the display goes, it is close, but the POCO F1 has the slightest of edges. But if you want a larger panel and you prefer the narrower aspect ratio, then maybe for you it could be the Honor Play. What's your pick? Here's a poll. Anyway, moving on. Let's now move on to what's under the hood, what's powering it, what's at the heart of both these phones. The Honor Play sports Honor's flagship Kirin 970 chip. Now CPU-wise, this slots somewhere between the Snapdragon 835 and the 845. But the POCO F1 sports the Snapdragon 845 chip. And the 845's Adreno 630 is much better than the Mali G72 on the Honor Play, even with GPU turbo. And as far as RAM storage goes, the Honor Play's base variant is 464, that's 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. But the POCO F1's base variant is 664. Similarly, the top variant for the Honor Play is 6128, while the POCO F1 gets a whopping 8256 variant. So as far as the specs and the performance are concerned, the Honor Play is great. The POCO F1 just happens to be better, so it gets the win here. That said, don't get me wrong, there's almost nothing on the Play Store that neither of these phones can't run. With day-to-day use, you'd be hard-pressed to find a difference in performance. Talking about day-to-day use, let's talk software. Both phones run on Android 8.1 Oreo with their respective custom skins on top. The Honor Play gets MIUI 8.2, whereas the POCO F1 gets Xiaomi's MIUI 9.6 with a custom POCO launcher. Both should be upgraded to Android Pie eventually. That said, neither brand is particularly fast with updates, so not much there. This one's again gonna boil down to personal preference. What's better for you? MIUI or MIUI? Again a poll? Let me know. Next, let's move on to battery life. The POCO F1 comes with a 4000 mAh battery compared to 3750 on the Honor Play. Both the chips inside are built on the 10nm process, so in theory, the POCO F1 with a smaller display and higher capacity battery should have better battery life. But in my tests so far, they've performed on par. Both phones can get through a day of heavy use on a single charge with no issues. Both phones have 18-watt chargers included in the box, so nothing to separate them. So maybe the POCO F1 software gets refined, and in the future, it could probably provide better battery life. But as of today, I don't see that happening. As of today, both of them are on par, and I'm gonna call this one a tie. Yep. Now before we move on to cameras, a look at the sun breeze. The extras, the miscellaneous stuff that can't really be put into these categories. The POCO F1 has a nano coating that should help with the occasional splash, kind of like what Moto used to do for their phones. And it also has an option of a Kevlar back variant. And then there's support for stereo audio. The earpiece doubles as a speaker. It's not a good speaker, it's not great, but it is there if you want it. So again, advantage POCO F1. And with that, let's move on to cameras. The Honor Play comes with a primary 16 megapixel f2.2 shooter coupled with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while the POCO F1 has a primary 12 megapixel Sony IMX363 with an f1.9 lens coupled with a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Under good light, both phones perform well. The POCO F1 has more detail and produces better colors. Given the wider aperture, the bokeh or blurring of the backgrounds better on the F1. It also wins with regards to dynamic range, though the Honor Play is not too far behind thanks to its AI processing. Under low light, the gap between these two kind of widens. The F1 has lower noise levels and produces better images. As for portraits, the POCO F1 again has an edge with both the rear and selfie cameras. With regular selfies, the detail's comparable, but the 20 megapixel shooter on the F1 outperforms the 16 megapixel one on the Honor Play. Personally, I also like the colors on the F1 more. As for video, both phones are capped at 4K 30 FPS. As expected, the AI processing isn't there to help the Honor Play with video. So, as we've seen in the past, the dynamic range isn't that good. The POCO F1 also manages to do better with detail. So, video once again goes to POCO. Overall, with regards to cameras, the POCO F1 definitely wins. And with that, we now get to pricing. The Honor Play is priced at 20K. While the POCO F1 is priced a little higher at 21. Both phones seem to be great performers and offer excellent value for money. But outside of the plastic build and marginally more expensive price, as we've seen throughout this video, the POCO F1 has the clear win. It's just the better device overall. Yes, these are two minor cons for it, but overall, it's a clear-cut victory for the POCO F1. It is the better pick. So unless and until it's got very low stocks and you aren't able to buy it or something, you should probably pick the F1. But the Honor Play is not a bad option. If you already own an Honor Play, there's nothing for you to feel bad about. It's a great phone. It should serve you well. And even now, if the F1 ends up being one of those Xiaomi phones that you keep going into flash sales and are never able to buy, then sure, pick up a Honor Play. It's not that far back. Both offer great value for money. The F1 does win this though. So these are my 2 cents on these 2 phones. Do you disagree with what I've had to say in this video? Is there a different point of view that you have to share? Let me know in the comments below. And now let's talk about our sponsors. Let's now take a minute to talk about our sponsors for today's video. Bank Bazaar. If you are looking to shop online, say buy a new phone and need a credit card, Bank Bazaar can help. Just entering a few details lets you see the best offers on credit cards personalized for you. You get to browse through credit card options and compare. You can pick the one that suits you most. And the best part is, it's all paperless. You don't have to submit any documents or run around getting Xerox copies. Just upload them, get your card approved in 30 minutes. So go on, download the app today. I'll leave a link in the description below. And now it's time I bid you adieu. If you hated this video, you know what to do. But if you did like it, if you did find it useful, go ahead, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. I mean, do it twice. Actually, don't do it twice. It kind of won't work that way. Yeah, big, huge thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon, and let us know which is the better device for you. So, I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Tech, and I'm signing off and off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.